and that is really crispy, and this end is fried off. So that is number 6 for electrical fires. All right, everybody, welcome back for day 13. So we're about to shift gears here. We've gotten the bulk of the mess out of the house. We've loaded up now 2 40-yard dumpsters. So that's quite a bit. It's not as much as some hoarder houses, but a lot of it is definitely getting scrapped. A little bit was salvaged, and the bricks, masonry products, things like that didn't go in the dumpster. So with all that, we probably could have filled almost another 40 yard, and we still have a bunch around the house, outside the house, that still has to come out. So we haven't gotten around to all that. So there is more mess to clean up. But right now, the biggest focus is getting this place properly sanitized. In order to do that, we have to make sure that it's properly sealed up. So I'm going to start working down here in the basement, and I'm going to work my way upstairs slowly, getting everything just cleaned up, vacuumed, make sure anything unnecessary is out of the house. So down here in the basement, we have no cracks in the foundation, and it's a poured foundation, so that's great news. But we do have some water leaking in. So over here in the cold storage, this is underneath the front porch. So I noticed this the other day. We have some water damage right there. And then down here, we can see where it was dripping down. We've just had 3 solid days of rain. And so it was dripping down there, and we did have a small pool of water. It's not the biggest leak, but it still has to be addressed. And then I've got to get all of this out of here, so that's going to get moved up to the garage. And this is the major leak point. So this window was completely exposed before, and it's still leaking after I got rid of the shed. And down here I can see staining coming right down from that corner. And then over here I see not only staining, but we see that their parge has actually started to lift from the poured wall. So that's a definite sign of not only water damage, but that it was actually freezing there. Now over here, see this sand? This happens because it's basically washing through from these cracks. So it shouldn't be such a big deal, but this whole opening has to be a sealed unit, and it's not a sealed unit right now. And then in here, get some light. We see a lot more of that sand. It's just caked full, and it's actually quite wet. And this, I believe, was the bulk of the leak. And when I was tearing out the framing, this was definitely the most rotten portion. So since we've had 3 days of rain, we are still getting rain inside. The other thing that has to be addressed, this whole area has to be cleaned out. Drain has to be opened up, and we have to clean out the drain and hopefully not push anything further in. The other thing is coming out here, we see that the dirt is actually above the blocks on either side. So that was primarily from the groundhogs or moles around here. They dug it up pretty good, and that has to be taken down. I think I forget what the code is exactly, but I believe the grade has to be a minimum of 6 inches below that level. So coming around here, this rim joist, got all this insulation packed up against it. I mean, this room was a given that it had to be removed because it's definitely mold infected. But we wanna expose this rim joist as well, because we want to make sure that it's sealed from rodents. So I've already taken out a couple of spots, and I found some surprise openings inside the rim joist going outside. These were openings that were made and probably abandoned at some point, and they're completely exposed. Then we got little spots like this. And when you can see daylight to the outside from inside your house, it's not usually the best thing. Then over here, I already started taking some out, and then it's already out of most of the house. So we're gonna finish that up, and the sooner we get this place sealed and rodent-proof and waterproof, the sooner we can expect the mold to stay out. So if we don't take care of the source of the mold, we don't stand a chance of keeping it out. So directly above the leak that we have in the cold storage, we have this crack going all the way through. So these cracks are pretty normal, but we've got to seal this up because this concrete goes directly into the cold storage. There's no foam insulation. There's nothing up there. It's just direct concrete, aside from that 1/4-inch plywood that's sitting against it. So I just want to get this sealed up for right now. We'll worry about what we're doing about this this poured patio in a little bit. For right now, let's just keep the basement dry. Alright, so made a little bit of space in the garage so we can put some more junk in here. So yeah, we're ready to go back down below and huff that stuff out of here. So, unveiling this rim joist wasn't a massive amount of discovery as far as penetrations, a lot of mouse nests, but there was one discovery we made. So we found the other ground rod. So, or not ground rod, just where it's grounded. So this, this line here, if we follow this up, this is the ground. So we can see it continuing on this way. And it taps in right here to a water line, which is pretty common. So that goes to an outside spigot. Now the idea of attaching it there is, especially because we're on a well, all of these pipes will eventually reach ground. Except this particular pipe, which clearly burst at some point. Comes back here and it terminates. So that ground is doing absolutely nothing right now. So there is still a ground that is connected in to the well. Turn the light on. So we see over here that the ground here tapped into the well, comes up here, comes over here, and taps into the plumbing. So the assumption there is all the ground that goes to the plumbing will make it to the ground at the well. So if we follow this line, we trace it back, and it goes through the wall over here, comes out over here, it terminates. The well is disconnected. So presently, there is no ground in this house. So what that essentially means is that in the event of a short, you become the ground.
If there is no ground, there's a good chance you could become the ground.
So just exposing this rim joist, I thought I saw soot on the wall here. I wasn't sure if it was just staining from something else or soot, but having a look at this, you got these marks here, and then taking out that insulation, I just uncovered this wire here, and that is really crispy, and this end is fried off. So that is number 6 for electrical fires. This is one of the feeds into the garage. So I doubt the garage has too much power right now. So a little bit of good news. The drain is actually perfectly fine. It seems it acted exactly as it should. So when it goes through this area here that surrounds it, it's kind of a cup shape. That catches the debris, and you can just take the drain cap off and clean that out. So this is going way down. This drain appears to be completely clear. It was just full of debris on the sides and went all the way up to the cap and completely plugged it. Then I'm going to clean these edges up a bit, and I'm going to be doing a proper finish all the way around with a hydraulic cement product that's actually going to seal water from getting in. Now the benefits of using a hydraulic cement product is that first of all, it can work underwater. So if there is any overly wet conditions, it'll still be able to operate. This is a very standard product in foundation repairs. The other benefit, there's a number of them, but the other one I find very relevant is that hydraulic cement expands as it cures. So it actually fills in a lot of the little cracks and crevices, and it actually compresses into those cavities, making it a very solid finish when it's done. And it has excellent water resistance and cold resistance. So that's what we're going to be using to finish around this edge. We're going to build it out, and then we're going to see how it looks in the end. May go over with a parge, but we'll see. So I got back here from work pretty late, but still managed to get quite a bit done. I've already got the materials I need to finish around that window and get the necessary repairs done. We brought the grade down a little bit. We still get a lot of grading before that can be considered actually fixed. And there is, of course, the eaves trough on the side there that should be tacked back up, because right now it's shedding water on one of the walls leading to the same basement, or the same room we had all the other problems. So that's all going to happen tomorrow. In the meantime, the progress we got done so far. So these rim joists are now completely cleared out, and I'm able to see exactly what's going on. We revealed that there is currently no grounding from the panel box, so that's going to get rectified immediately, whether or not it is a problem. So holes like this, I found these kind of all over the place. So those are perfect size holes for mice to get in and out of. So I'm going to be rodent proofing those, and we found evidence of another electrical fire over here, which kind of confirmed why this black staining was over here and all along this wall. So yeah, it was a bit of a shorter day, but a good day nonetheless. Got a lot done, so I'm very pleased. So till tomorrow, we'll see you.